You may not know this, but the attraction is actually called the Riverdale.
The Riverdale. This is different because the first trip we had in 2016, the first thing we did was go to Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you should do that. I love Animal Kingdom, I love Epcot, but Magic Kingdom is Disney. It's Disney
and
World.
part of it, I feel like you don't feel like you're necessarily on a Disney trip until you see the castle.
Yeah, I know. It was definitely a different way to do it for me, at least. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I didn't really feel like I was at Disney World until I got to Magic Kingdom, if that makes any sense. And we showed up, and I was like, "Oh, we should have done this from the first day." So we show up, and one of the main things we wanted to do there was do Happily Ever After, because they had just started at that point. It was probably a couple months old.
It was actually really good, and I love Wishes so much, but it's just a whole nother level. And it is very IP heavy, but also I feel like that's what ties at least me to a lot of like Disney memories, because I didn't go to the parks as a kid. So like all that I have as childhood memories is the movies.
Yeah.
And so when they show the movies and they play the songs, that is really what gets me emotional. And so I loved it.
I liked it. I didn't love it. Our main problem with it, more than anything, was that it didn't really have a story, kind of like Wishes did.
Yeah.
You know, it had a narrator throughout the thing. You know, Jiminy Cricket was like the guy who, you know, took you through the story of Wishes. The singing and everything, you know, the fireworks, everything just kind of came together for me in the perfect way to make it really emotional. I mean, we grew up at the same time, obviously, and I like the Renaissance films and everything, but there's something about Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket and stuff that just really gets me more than other stuff. But also, one of the main problems that I had is that I hadn't watched those Renaissance films in a long time. Like Hunchback, Tarzan, Hercules, all those ones. I hadn't seen them in a long time, so it didn't really have that feeling, that connection with them. Did we watch those movies after? I want to say after we came back from Disney
It was
World.
after the trip, yeah, because I feel like whenever we were watching it, or like immediately after, I was like, oh, did you notice that it was such and such song from Hercules? Or like, oh, I love the part in Hunchback when he sings Out There, and he's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So I didn't know any of those, and so
but then when
after,
we watched it, watched the movies later, he's like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, we came back after, maybe a few months later, we finally ended up going and renting all these movies to watch them, and then I was like, oh, now I get it. Okay, now these songs actually mean something to me. My advice to everyone is to go to Magic Kingdom first night.
And watch all the movies before you see
Happily
Ever
that
After.
too, yes. Be familiar with the source material. So anyway, we're going to go this trip. We'll see Happily Ever After the first night, and I'm excited. I think it'll really set the tone for the trip. So the next day we showed up at Magic Kingdom with one of our friends who's a cast member who had already booked some fast passes and stuff for us. We also did a few other things. We rode Tomorrowland Speedway, which we hadn't done, and it was one of the things we had on the list to do. And after doing it, I said, well, now I get it. This should go away.
Yeah,
or at
whenever
least
they were
get
talking
renovated.
about Tron coming, and
I was like, it's an open-day attraction, keep it.
Everyone was up in uproar about keeping it,
Yeah.
and then we wrote it, and we were like, oh, okay, we're cool with that.
Mainly because it's just not really well taken care of. I feel like if it was taken care of, then I would have more affinity for it, or if it was at least somewhat interesting.
I feel like there's nothing special about it. Like, we have a little, like, baby, I don't even say theme park, like, down the street from our house that has go-karts and a kiddie coaster and some putt-putt. And it felt exactly like that. Like,
well, not even, because go-karts, at least you can turn.
Yeah, you're not on a rail.
And on this particular car that I had, I mean, there was no way you were going straight without hitting the rails. I mean, there's literally like, you turn left and you bang, and then you try to correct and then you bang. And I was literally just going back and forth.
Ping-ponging.
Yeah, it was not fun. But they did see my birthday pin and give me a birthday like banner to put.
Oh, it was like a big
magnet.
Magnet that went on the back of your car. It said like, "It's my birthday."
It's my birthday.
It was so cute.
So they put that on my car.
Because he's by himself in the car.
Yeah. So that was cool. We also did the Magic Kingdom Railroad.
Yeah.
And that was neat. Well, first off, I hadn't ridden that yet. At least not recently. We didn't get to ride it in 2016. So I was excited to ride it, and I love trains. So we went and rode around. Oh, and one of the conductors saw my birthday pin there, and they had the whole train singing me happy birthday. So that was pretty cool.
So
I think we have a video of that. We can put that in.
We've been given the all clear to proceed to Fantasyland Station, so sit back, relax, because we are all aboard. At this time, we have a very special guest. His name is Kevin. He's from Austin, Texas. He's celebrating his birthday with us here at the Walt Disney World. Let's all sing him happy birthday. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kevin. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Yay! So
Yeah. So then we also rode the Liberty Square Riverboat, which, as you know, or you know now because I told you, but a lot of people may not know this. The actual attraction name is Liberty Square Riverboat. The riverboat itself is called the Liberty Bell.
Liberty Bell.
Did I say Liberty Bell? Did I say Liberty Bell?
You may not know this, but the attraction is actually called the Liberty Bell.
The Liberty Bell. The actual attraction is called the Liberty Square Riverboat, but the boat name is the Liberty Bell. Just a little fun fact. But anyway, we rode that, and that was neat. It was cool seeing the because we rode the train and the Liberty Bell. We were able to see the like Native American little area on both sides.
Yeah, that was cool.
And it was just really neat seeing that whole stuff. I like it. It's kind of just old school, quaint stuff. You know?
Yeah, I like that.
We also rode the Barnstormer.
Oh, we got in and went to pull the little rail, the little whatever
Lap
lap bar, and it barely fit over Kevin's knees. He had to like shift one way and then the other to like wiggle it onto his lap. It was so funny.
It did not fit. Me being 6'4", it was pretty tough. So yeah, we rode the Barnstormer just because why not? You know, it was a ride that we hadn't ridden before. I don't know. I think it was a fast pass. Is probably what we had for it.
Oh, that sounds right.
We definitely had a fast pass because we got done with that ride and I said, "Oh wow, I'm glad we didn't wait for that." It was very short. We also did the Enchanted Tiki Room, which we hadn't done.
Yeah.
I did. You had never done it
Right.
at all, but when I was a kid, I remember one of the things my parents talked about all the time is how much they loved the Tiki Room. It's their favorite attraction at Disney World. It was amazing.
It was really cool, and
It
now
was
I think it's
really
one of my
neat.
favorites. Like I don't think I could go to Magic Kingdom without doing it.
Yeah, it was really cool, and my expectations were kind of low in a way. Like I knew it was.
Mine were super low.
Yeah, but it was so cool seeing all the effects and everything going on in the room.
And it's very atmospheric, and
Yeah.
there's things happening all around you, which is really cool. And different parts of the show happen in different areas.
Right.
And so you're constantly just like, oh, whoa, there's something behind me, or there's something over here, and like that's really cool. And then we just love like tiki culture in general.
Yeah.
So.
Well, after that, I definitely fell in love with it, and especially after we went to Disneyland, which we'll talk about later. Not now.
Awesome.
We also did the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, which was treehousey.
I've been
It was
on them
good.
before, and I don't know, I don't like it. Well, first of all, I don't like heights, and I don't like stairs.
I liked it. I didn't have any problems with that. My main problem was that some of the effects weren't working, and I think it's just kind of narrow is another problem I had with it, where you're trying to get past people, and it's just it's hard to do.
Hard to maneuver.
Or if you want to stop to take a picture, you can't because you're stopping other people. So that was kind of annoying. there's the Carousel of Progress,
Mhm.
which I haven't done yet, and it was on my list of things to do.
And now you're hooked, huh?
And yeah, well, I watched a video stupidly. I mean, basically, after we went in 2016, I became a freaking Disney World fanatic, and had watched a video of the Carousel of Progress, and then learned like all this like history about it. And so I already knew about it. Like it was kind of spoiled for me, but it was still really cool just to watch it, and I enjoyed it. And people were clapping. Do you remember that? When it was like, "There's a great big."
Oh yeah, it was so cute.
It was really neat.
We were
seeing
like
that.
just happened to be in an auditorium full of people who were really into it.
Yeah,
it was
was
cool.
neat. And then we kind of wanted to just like chill and do a bunch of things we hadn't done before, as you know from our previous video. One other thing I forgot to mention, we did Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
And that was neat. I really enjoyed that a lot. One of the other highlights that we had is because we had seen Happily Ever After the night before, we didn't have to watch it to this next night. We didn't have it wasn't Fast Pass. We stand by.
But it was right before Happily Ever After was going to start, so there was like no line because everyone was on Main Street waiting for Happily Ever After.
So Big Thunder Mountain was the ride. I forgot to say what it was. But yeah, we decided to walk on to Big Thunder Mountain, and the line was kind of longish, but we were moving most of the time, so it was fine. And it just so happened, I don't think we had planned this.
No, I didn't even think about it.
We didn't plan it, but it was just about to happen as we're starting the lift hill on Big Thunder Mountain. Happily Ever After fireworks were going off. And I don't know if you've ever done this before, but watching fireworks as you're on a roller coaster is like
so cool.
Top 10 things you have to do before you die. It was just amazing.
And everybody on the train was like, "Woo!"
Yeah, you could tell.
Oh my God.
There was like clapping and
Freaking
cheering
out.
for the fireworks as you're riding the roller coaster.
It was so fun.
It was amazing.
I'm pretty sure I cried. It was like just awesome.
I enjoyed it a lot. It was definitely like sensory overload in a good way. It was so cool. Right after that, we watched some of the fireworks from the Frontierland kind of area of Rivers of America. And then I said, what we really need to do is go ride Space Mountain, because we hadn't ridden it yet, and I love Space Mountain. And I was thinking, hey, the fireworks are still going. Hopefully it won't be too busy. So we decided to run from Frontierland all the way to Tomorrowland, which is literally the other side of the park. And I thought we could get through it without running into a bunch of crowds. Nope, we ran into crazy amounts of crowds. And it's, like 85 degrees and humid as all get out. And we're just sweating our butts off trying to get over there. We get to Space Mountain, and I always forget how long the line actually is.
On the
queue.
inside.
Yeah. So you walk in, and the first room that you go through, there's it's empty. And it wasn't until we got to the underground area.
Oh yeah.
Where it actually started getting backed up, and I was thinking, well, we can wait, it'll be fine, because we really want to ride Space Mountain. Well, sure enough, we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and the line moved a little bit, and we finally got into the main room where the loading area is, and we had probably been waiting for about 45 minutes at least, and we were just dead tired. Our feet were killing us. We were just not having it. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, we still have a lot more lane to go. Like at least another 30 minutes to go to ride this ride. And we're just dead. And we're like, you know what? Let's just go. We're not seeing a lot of progress in this line. We could see that people were getting on, but it was moving so slow. So we got done. We just said we're done. So we left.
And we had a fast pass for Space Mountain the next day.
Right.
So
one of the reasons.
We were like, we'll do it tomorrow.
Exactly. One of the reasons why we decided to just get out of the line was because we were going to ride tomorrow. So, fast forward to the next day. We went to Magic Kingdom again, and one thing that was cool, we went to the Polynesian.
Oh yeah.
We went to the Polynesian and rode the boat across.
Yeah,
That was
the little baby boat.
Yeah.
From the marina, which is my name, and that was cool.
Yeah.
I took a picture.
Yeah. And we actually this is our last day
Yeah.
We only had a half a day
I
basically.
think we were leaving like 1 or something.
Yeah, to do the last couple things we want to do, and we had a fast pass for Space Mountain. I think it was like one of the only things we had. We had a fast pass for Space Mountain, and we had like a character meet and greet fast pass and something else. So we did our character meet and greet, and we went to go to Space Mountain, and it was down. So we said, well, let's just get a voucher or whatever, and we'll come back. Hopefully before we leave, and hopefully it'll be up. Unfortunately, it never came back up. And so we left without riding Space Mountain. We also did a few other things. We rode the carousel, we rode teacups, that was fun. We also went to Sleepy Hollow restaurant and had the
Waffle.
yeah, she had a Nutella waffle, which we have a little tiny video of it here. It was horrible. She liked it.
So it was good, but it was like straight dessert. Like, and I just, maybe I still eat Nutella.
I didn't.
So
in a long time.
I don't know, but it's like straight chocolate. It was like a waffle covered in thick chocolate
With the banana.
with banana and strawberry, and it was
Overkill.
like 89 degrees outside and like 1 p.m. and I'm trying to eat this.
I had the hand-dipped corn dog, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah,
so I
it was good,
recommend that.
and I'm such a corn dog person. I was so mad that I
Yeah,
ate
she was like, I want the Instagram love. I need that.
No, it wasn't
looking
about
dessert.
Instagram. It was that I'd seen it on Instagram and people were saying like, "This is so great," blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's just for the photos.
It's
It
what I'm
wasn't
saying.
good.
Exactly. Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Trickery.
So. Yeah. I mean, do you have any other things? That
Well, so I wanted to
this?
mention about the last 2 days of Magic Kingdom was that our friend that's a cast member there kind of shed some light on how to best finagle the fast pass system. So we, booked our 3 original fast passes that you can do, 60 days in advance or whatever. And then once you use all 3, then you can keep adding one at a time. You can book additional fast passes. And I knew that, but I guess like in my head I was like, oh, I want to book it for rides that have long lines or like whatever. So then historically I would book it for Big Thunder Mountain freaking 4 hours from now, you know, like to try and get on some of the big e-ticket rides. But our friend was telling us that the best way to do it, honestly, was just to pick a ride that's coming up in the next 15 minutes.
Yep.
And it didn't matter what it was.
And as soon as you scan in for it, book another fast pass.
Yeah, so we spent literally most of those 2 days just going fast pass to fast pass to fast pass without actually waiting in any standby lines.
Right.
And a lot of them were like smaller rides, but since we'd been before and we knew we were going to come back, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of a cool way to be able to see lots of things and try some new things. Like we rode the teacups and the carousel, which I probably wouldn't have gotten on otherwise, and it was really fun. I had my own teacup and I didn't spin because I get motion sickness really easily. So I just watched them spinning together in their own teacup.
For the Speedway, we had a fast pass. We had a fast pass for Small World. We had a fast pass for something else I can't think of at the moment. But yeah, that's another thing is that one of the things I've learned is that you don't discount certain rides because you never know how long they're going to be there for, and you might like them more than you think you would.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ride the Winnie the Pooh ride when we were there, and we just didn't get a chance. But that was one of the ones that kept popping up as a fast pass. And like, you want to ride Winnie the Pooh? And Maria's like, and I'm like, it's right here. Let's just pick it. Why don't we do it? But
did we do it?
No, we didn't. But I don't think that's going away anytime soon. So.
Well, I like Winnie the Pooh as a character, but my only memory of that ride is like the Heffalumps section, and it's just weird, and I don't like it.
I don't know. I don't remember.
We'll ride it this time.
Yeah.
Form new opinions.
So, speaking of, we're going in. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly when we'll be there. 9 days, 7 hours, 15 minutes, 30 seconds.
Woo!
So, we're really excited for the next trip. Stay tuned because we will be bringing more videos out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, some vlogs from this next trip. And yeah, we are looking forward to it.
All right. Catch you later.
Peace.
Peace.
And now it's time to pay the price.
Bye.
Bye.